Hey, what's going on, everybody? KEVINCAGE here with another crypto update. I hope everybody's doing well, and let's dive right into today's video. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let's kick it off. So first up, looking at 21 shares. This is an issuer that has filed for a Spot XRP ETF in the United States. Now, when we go to their website and look at this XRP exchange-traded product, this is an example of an ETP available in Europe, 100% physically backed by XRP. Their AUM, or assets under management, is over $820 million. So the point of me showing you this is just an example of a single ETP in Europe, and imagine if we have multiple XRP spot ETFs available in the US. I know you guys have seen this. This is by Yahoo Finance. We have firms that have filed S1s for spot asset ETFs. So for XRP, we have Grayscale, Bitwise, Canary, 21 Shares, Wisdom Tree, CoinShares, and Franklin Templeton. And as we zoom in right here, we can see the final SEC deadline, October 17th of this year, and there's a 95% probability or 95% odds of approval for this year. And I know this article is from June, but I don't believe it's going to change too much. Even if the SEC tries to delay things, I think we have a really good shot of seeing spot XRP ETFs this year. And feel free to Google other things like this, the XRP ETF tracker. We can see this Rex XRP ETF as well. Point I want to make here is we have over $820 million for a single ETP in Europe. This is 100% physically backed by XRP. So that's a single one. What happens if some of these or all of these are approved in the next 3 to 6 months? And remember, we don't have a lawsuit hanging over our heads anymore. Ripple vs. SEC. We had that in 2021 in the cycle. We didn't in 2017. So I know everybody's asking themselves the same questions. Could we see hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, flow into spot XRP ETFs in the United States? Now let me show you why I believe we see billions in spot XRP ETFs in the future. So when we go to the block, we can see spot Bitcoin ETF AUM. If you look at my cursor, we can see as of yesterday, over $166 billion. Now when we go to Ethereum and do the same thing, spot Ethereum ETF AUM, we can see for ETH as of the 16th, $26.4 billion. Now here's an example just to conceptualize, and this is not financial advice. This is just to get an idea of the potential. We know that ETH did take a while to grow. When it comes to the growth of spot ETFs, because even looking at Ethereum, we can see that it was basically pretty stagnant and flat for a while, and then got this big push. So looking at Ethereum, we have $26.4 billion in spot ETF assets under management. Looking at ETH's market cap today, over $556 billion. So basically, this $26 billion is just under 5%. Looking at this ETF ratio when you compare the spot ETF AUM versus the market cap. So if we did the same thing for XRP, looking at its market cap, $186 billion, multiplying that by the 4.75% ETF ratio, we can see over $8 billion in potential spot ETF AUM. So anybody saying that we're going to see billions of dollars flow into XRP with multiple spot ETFs, I agree. I guess the big question is when. Because we know that ETH did take a little while to hit the ground running, but at the same time, there are so many potential catalysts in the crypto space. Alright, next up, we have Cointelegraph. Just in, the SEC approves the listing and trading of Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund covering Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and ADA. And I saw this article put out by Reuters. This just came out today. The SEC paves way for crypto spot ETFs with new listing rules. Until now, the SEC has handled every spot crypto ETF filing on a case-by-case basis and required 2 separate filings, one from the exchange that plans to list the product and one from the asset manager to receive approval from different divisions. The new process will cut the maximum time from filing to launch to 75 days rather than 240 days. And that's a big deal, and yes, sometimes it's even longer than 240 days, as we know. And we also have right here the SEC Chair Paul Atkins described the approval by commission members as a way to foster innovation and reduce barriers to digital asset products. And again, directly on Reuters, the first ETFs likely to launch under the new rules are those tracking Solana and XRP. Alright, next up, I want to read this tweet because this applies to a lot that's happening today. So what I said is we need clear rules for the road for crypto. No builder in this space is going to spend years and thousands of dollars building some game-changing app if the model could be banned later. In looking at other industries or markets, supply chain, real estate, banking, they have strict frameworks, but at least they're clear. People understand what they can and can't do. And that clarity fuels innovation and attracts more participants. If there's more participants, there's more builders that want to pay attention and take advantage of a big opportunity. And from there, we can have that big flywheel effect. In crypto, the entire digital asset space deserves the same. And federal frameworks essentially equal confidence to be able to build the next wave of Web3 apps. I'm not talking about just new innovations in the crypto space, like when Uniswap was created as a DEX. I'm talking about real frameworks that allow interoperability connecting to TradFi. And we're seeing that today with the Genius Act is a federal framework for stablecoins, but we want the same thing or clarity for digital assets, security tokens, RWAs. And don't get me wrong, it is already happening today, but the question is how soon can it really happen? Alright, next up, so I know I tweeted about this the other day with Zonix and this Aurum Equity Partners, a $1 billion real estate fund built on the XRPL. And I put this screenshot out of XRP Scan highlighting the XRPL tokens directory. So I'm still digging into this, and if you guys already know this or know of any additional information, please let me know, but my thoughts are if this Aurum Equity Partners and Zonix $1 billion fund was actually issued as a public tokenized asset on the XRP Ledger, I believe that it should appear here in XRP Scan. So I put this tweet out linking different articles from 2024 and then 2 recent ones from last month and this month, and basically asking if something is, gated via KYC and it's not going to be publicly available. And I'm wondering, just like everybody else, we don't see this $1 billion fund reported on rwa.xyz. So I'm still looking through different information, but my guess is that this is somewhat permissioned only or whitelisted in these private tranches for investors. And if the information isn't indexed, then it wouldn't report on rwa.xyz. So anyways, if anybody in the XRP community knows something that I don't, please let me know, but I just threw together a big write-up. Alright, and last but not least, we got some big news. So I saw this posted yesterday, but I see the blog is now dated for today. We have right here, DBS and Franklin Templeton to launch trading and lending solutions powered by tokenized money market funds and Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin. Alright, so we have right here, DBS, Franklin Templeton, and the company Ripple are partnering to provide accredited and institutional investors with innovative trading and lending solutions that are powered by tokenized money market funds on the XRP Ledger and stablecoins such as the Ripple US dollar. Investors can earn yield by acquiring Franklin Templeton's SG Benji token on DBS Digital Exchange using the Ripple US dollar. We have DBS will explore enabling this SG Benji token to be used as collateral to obtain credit from the bank or third-party platforms. So we can see that we have DBS, Franklin Templeton, and Ripple have all signed an MOU. And we're seeing a big evolution faster and faster for the digital asset space to be plugged into TradFi. We can see enabling innovative trading and lending solutions, so digital asset investors typically allocate directly into these public blockchain native tokens, whether that's Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP, and this may expose them to the inherent market volatility of crypto while earning no yield on their portfolios. So they're trying to enable investors or their clients to manage their digital asset portfolios a lot better and even earn yield. So we have DBS and the digital exchange. They're going to be listing this SG Benji token, and this is the token of Franklin Templeton's tokenized money market fund. So Franklin on-chain USD short-term money market fund alongside the Ripple US dollar. So with this setup, eligible DBS clients can trade the Ripple US dollar for this SG Benji token, which is essentially Franklin Templeton's tokenized money market fund, allowing them to be able to rebalance their portfolios basically 24/7 and within minutes. And the big thing here is being able to earn yield while they do this during periods of volatility. So really cool to see this. I know we talked about Sandy Call, the head of innovation at Franklin Templeton. She will be speaking at Ripple Swell. And we're kind of talking about seeing different Franklin products tokenized on the XRPL. So great to see we have this Franklin Templeton will tokenize SG Benji on the XRP Ledger. So this is good. This is better credibility for the XRP Ledger to potentially have even more issuers tokenize money market funds on top of it. And having Franklin Templeton is a big deal. They're already tokenized on other chains, so this isn't a huge surprise, but this really strengthens, I guess, the interoperability across networks and participants in the digital asset space. And it's good that the Ripple US dollar is basically positioned as the stablecoin used for trading and rebalancing with this SG Benji token on DBS. And we absolutely want the Ripple US dollar to be the medium of exchange in repo trades. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button and let me know your thoughts down below. You can find all links to my crypto resources, including tools for charting, trading bots, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts right in my link tree in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.